Go ahead, Sister D, and then we'll let L speak.
Okay, so she said that you said that they were from the Synagogue of Satan. That was one thing. Andrew said that he didn't hear some of this, so he needed to listen to the replays. She also said that all of the hate that was going on in the chat, she said you were responsible for that. And it was one more thing. They really didn't go into, oh, they said that anti-Semitism means Jew hate and that everything you were saying was anti-Semitic. And no one that was on the stage that was Jewish, except for one lady, was defending the statements. They were all in agreement.
Yeah,
If
and
I could,
that's one thing when she mentioned something about the synagogue of Satan. What I said was, if that's the case, then that's between them and God.
Right.
Like
right,
that has
Exactly
nothing
what
to
she
do
said.
with us. That has nothing to do with any of us. If that's the case, so for her to assume that I was saying that they are or whatever, that's her issue, not mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm just clarifying that if what if that is true, then that's not it has nothing to do with me. Is what I mentioned. But obviously they have their own agenda toward this,
exactly,
which is inaccurate.
Exactly.
I
exactly.
told her that, and I
Exactly.
also told her that she was bearing false witness because she said she was in the room and she heard it exactly the way it was. And I was trying to explain to her, like I said, I'm not even an Israelite. I'm a Christian. I don't have no dog in the fight, and that's not what he said. And she just kept on insisting, and she was getting everybody else riled up in the room. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, if you keep it in context, the brother was being questioned by the audience, and then he decided to draw the main questions out of the chat that he was not afraid to answer. So he seen a position in the chat, and then he spoke to that position, and he said that clean on the table. He said, if it is, it has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna learn. That was his whole position. So I'm not focused on that. I'm a child of God. I'm not focused on that. They got to take that up with God. There's nothing wrong with that because there's people that Christ is depicting as the synagogue of Satan walking the earth. So he's saying if they are, then they are. It's my job to focus on learning from or learning with who I feel to learn with to get the true understanding. That was his position. And it was well said at that time. I don't know why anybody have any problems with that. But you can't have a problem with him saying it. You would have to have a problem with someone else saying it. And that's some of the main issues we have is that people don't address people for what they say. He was responding to something that someone else said and eloquently said, I'm going to learn as much as I can. If they're the synagogue of Satan, the God is going to deal with them. That's all he said.